Let's talk about the 4 main ways people make money, just like Robert Kiyosaki explains in his book, Rich Dad's Cashflow Quadrant. On the left side, there's E for employee and S for self-employed. On the right, we have B for business owner and I for investor. Pretty much everyone falls into one of these 4 categories. For example, let's consider a doctor. As an employee, they might spend their career working standard shifts at a hospital. Or that same doctor could go the self-employed route and open their own private practice. They'd set up their office, hire their own staff, and build up their patient base. Sure, it's still a demanding job, but now they get way more control over how things are done. There's another path. The doctor could become a business owner by running a clinic, hiring other doctors, maybe even bringing in a manager to take care of the day-to-day stuff. Here, they own the business and don't even have to see patients if they don't want to. If that doctor is pulling in a good income, they might also become an investor, buying stocks, or getting into real estate. This way, while they're still practicing medicine or running their clinic, they're also building wealth on the side. Society pretty much runs on these 4 quadrants. Each one needs different skills and has its own challenges. Honestly, there's no right or wrong side. It's all about finding out what fits you best and what makes you happy wherever you end up. So, what should you do if you're after financial freedom? If you're tired of the same old routine and ready to escape the daily rat race, you need to shift from the E and S side to the B and I side. In other words, go from earning a paycheck to building a business, or better yet, making your money work for you. In Rich Dad's Cashflow Quadrant, which is actually the second book in the Rich Dad Poor Dad series, Robert Kiyosaki shows how some people reach financial success without working themselves into the ground. Are you tired of running on that same old hamster wheel day after day? Ever notice how fast time flies and how so many of us spend our whole lives building someone else's dreams? When folks realize this, they start searching for a way out. Maybe that's why you're here, watching this video, and that's awesome. So, let's take the next step together and build up your financial know-how. Just reading books and working hard isn't enough to get you financial freedom. Robert Kiyosaki had 2 father figures. One was his real dad, who worked for the government. The other, his best friend Mike's dad, a self-made entrepreneur and investor. Kiyosaki actually started calling them Poor Dad and Rich Dad. By watching both of them, he picked up some major lessons about business, money, and life. On the surface, his real dad looked successful, educated, respected, and smart. But as a government employee, he worked long hours, came home exhausted, and barely had time for his family or hobbies, like reading. But Mike's dad, an entrepreneur and investor, always seemed to have both time and money. Instead of spending all of his time in the E and S quadrants, he decided to break free from the 9-to-5 grind. Early in life, he gradually began buying up real estate. Eventually, he owned a whole hotel chain. After a while, he reached a point where he had plenty of both time and financial freedom. Don't count on Social Security for retirement. Most of us still think like our parents did. If we work hard and get a stable job with good benefits, the government will look after us when we hit retirement. But honestly, that just isn't as reliable anymore. Sure, you might get a pension or Social Security someday, but let's be real. How far is that money actually going to stretch? If you're already finding it hard to cover your bills now, just imagine what retirement could look like. Smaller checks, bigger costs. That's why it's so important to get on top of your finances before it's too late. So, what can you actually do? If you want real financial security, it makes way more sense to shift over to the B or I quadrant in Robert Kiyosaki's Cashflow Quadrant model. In other words, either become a business owner or start investing. Kiyosaki picked up a powerful lesson from both of his dads. His real dad worked for the government, totally believed in job security, and put in long hours his whole life, thinking the system would always have his back. But when he lost his job, it was a total shock. He didn't have a backup plan or any experience running a business or making investments. So when he tried to start businesses, he couldn't make it work and got buried in debt. But on the flip side, Kiyosaki's rich dad built streams of passive income, money that kept rolling into his bank account every single month. That meant steady cash flow. He made the move to the I quadrant, started investing early, and that one decision set him up for real financial security for the rest of his life. The 4 quadrants attract different kinds of people. Each of these 4 quadrants really speaks to different kinds of people. Let's kick things off with the E quadrant. That's employees. These are folks who work for companies or big organizations. You'll always hear them mentioning things like job security and benefits. A steady paycheck and a contract make them feel safe. But honestly, a lot of their choices are based on fear. Like, what if I get laid off? What if I can't put food on the table for my family? Next up is the S quadrant. Self-employed people and small business owners. They love working for themselves and don't want anyone else telling them how much they're worth. But they also know if business slows down, so does their income. Their motivation? A different kind of fear. The fear of giving up their independence. Then you've got the B quadrant. These are the business owners with bigger companies. Unlike self-employed folks, they're all about building systems and leading teams. They make sure they're surrounded by smart, talented people. Their superpower? Delegating and letting others take charge. Take Henry Ford, for example. He wasn't the best engineer or accountant around, but he knew how to hire great people and let them handle the details. That's why business owners in this quadrant can keep things running smoothly, even if they're not in the office every day. Their systems keep bringing in income, whether they're there or not. And last but not least, there's the I quadrant, investors. Most folks in this group are super wealthy, but what really sets them apart is their comfort with taking smart, calculated risks. They don't get scared off by the ups and downs of the market because they always do their research before making a move, unlike gamblers who just roll the dice. Think about investors like Warren Buffett. He knows life is unpredictable, but he manages his risks by doing his homework. That's absolutely key for anyone chasing real financial freedom. The most reliable way to achieve financial independence is by starting a business that gives you the cash flow you need to invest. If you've watched this far, financial freedom must matter to you, and realizing this early in life gives you an incredible head start. Having the freedom to do what you love, or not having to do what you hate, is a huge privilege. So, how do you get there? If you look at how most wealthy people built their lives, you'll notice a common pattern. Take folks like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. They started as business owners, that's the B quadrant, and later on became investors, the I quadrant. It's pretty straightforward. Building wealth means stacking up capital, and investing, whether that's in stocks, mutual funds, or real estate, is the most proven way to do it. But here's the thing, you need both money and time if you want to invest effectively. The best way is to build a business that brings in cash, even while you're catching some Z's. Basically, you're creating a system that works for you, even when you're off the clock. If you don't have much money to start investing, even the best returns won't add up to much. But once you've got real capital and invest it smart, your progress toward financial freedom can speed up big time. Holding down a steady job or running your own small business can give you a big edge down the road. You'll see what really works and get hands-on experience in your field. That's how you build real business smarts. But here's something to remember. Without real business know-how, making it as an investor gets pretty tough. A lot of employees, from the E quadrant, and self-employed folks, the S quadrant, want to skip ahead and become investors in the I quadrant. But if you haven't actually run a business system, you're more likely to take big risks or make bad investment calls. You don't need to dream about running a giant company just to be an investor. But if you want to invest, it pays to know the types of investors out there. We'll dive into that next. There are actually 5 different types of investors. For most people, investing can feel risky, even intimidating, kind of like learning to surf with sharks in the water. But with a little know-how, even a total rookie can grow into a confident investor over time. So, what really separates a rookie investor from someone like Warren Buffett? First up, there's what I like to call the zero financial IQ crowd. Most people fall into this group. Even if they look wealthy for a bit, they end up with nothing to invest because they spend more than they make and rack up debt. Honestly, Before you even think about investing, you've got to get your finances under control. Next is what I'd call the savers or losers stage. Like the name says, folks here don't really get how money works. They think simply saving cash will set them up for the future. That said, in the US today, interest rates are not especially high. So if you just leave your money sitting in a regular savings account, your returns will likely be minimal. And remember, in the 2008 financial crisis, even people who played it safe with bonds got burned. Bottom line, just saving doesn't cut it anymore. Then there's the I'm too busy investor. Folks in this group hand their cash to a financial advisor or broker and leave it to them. Sure, they usually do better than the first two groups, but there's still a catch. The person or company they trust with their money might fall short of their expectations. Next up is what I call the I'm a professional investor. These folks are the first real investors. They educate themselves, do their homework, and stay locked in on growing their investments, whether it's stocks, real estate, you name it. The knowledge they pick up is priceless and pays dividends for life. In today's unpredictable world, getting to this level really matters. Financial education is honestly the ultimate investment. And last, but not least, there's the capitalist level. This is where the heavy hitters, think Warren Buffett, hang out. It works in two steps. First, you crush it as a business owner, a B or self-employed pro, an S. Then, you start directing your capital into higher risk, higher reward investments. This is hands down the most powerful way to build serious wealth, but it's also by far the toughest journey. So, if building a business empire isn't your thing, shooting for the professional investor level is a super solid and satisfying goal. Money stirs up all kinds of emotions that don't always make sense, and sometimes we just have to get past them. We're not always rational, especially when it comes to money. Most of the time, our feelings just take over. Think about Monopoly. The rules are pretty simple. If you want to win, you need to grab as many properties as possible. In real life, those properties could mean any asset, maybe rental houses, stocks, you name it, but the core idea is the same. Being able to look at money objectively and learning how to actually make more of it gives you a huge edge. Now, let's talk about taking baby steps and thinking long-term. Every journey, no matter how long, starts with a single step. Getting to financial freedom is a journey, and yeah, it takes time. Don't fall for those get-rich-quick schemes. The truth is, nobody gets wealthy by thinking only in the short term, and even more importantly, nobody stays wealthy that way. We all want instant results, but real success doesn't happen overnight. The best investors started with tiny steps and built their way up, little by little. Even Warren Buffett started out selling chewing gum, door to door. So, take baby steps and set goals you can actually reach. Don't push yourself or your wallet too hard in a rush to get rich. Unfortunately, the future's looking like we'll all have less job security. Even if you've got a great high-paying job right now, you really shouldn't count on that being your only source of income. Chances are, it won't last forever. So, what's the best way to get to financial freedom? It's all about making long-term investments and letting compound interest do its thing for you. Start investing, no matter how little you can put away, and reinvest what you earn right back into your portfolio. Over time, your investments are going to grow, and so will your returns. Remember what Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Okay, this might sound a little cliche, but here's the most important thing. If you want financial freedom, you need to invest in one more thing, your own financial education. The biggest risks usually come from what we don't know, so make learning a priority and shrink those unknowns. Take control of your financial future. And whatever you do, don't put all your eggs in one basket and count on just one paycheck.
So I realize she ain't never talking lies, she just being honest. And when I think I'm right, need to see it now. Guess I tend to lose